Jessica and I laughed a lot because our characters didn't get hurt at all. We came this close to the shooter, but you know, unscathed, made it out alive, and changed people because of it. So I just think the whole episode was just such a reminder of how short life can be, and that there's so many things that are out of our control, and that we're all connected. You know, there have been a lot of shootings in schools, colleges, you know, high schools, and it's just really saddening. So I think it just brought the point home that our characters were really traumatized by all this in different ways. It was just a reminder of how precious life is, and that anybody can kind of leave at any given moment. I mean, leave the planet at any given moment. And I think that was interesting how they explored the trauma of that and how the ripple effect kind of happens with the entire cast, you know. I feel like the show is very therapeutic sometimes. I think that people are just like, wow, I really need to hear that, you know, and to see people that are flawed, that are still lovable somehow, and, you know, grappling with their own journey in, you know, finding themselves in the world in terms of their profession, but also trying to understand what their purpose is in their love life, their personal life, what makes them happy, you know, what do we want out of life, really? And we've turned into such a world where, you know, we work so harder and harder every day, especially Americans. It's like there is no time off. There is no time for being at home and just stopping to smell the flowers, you know. You know, Callie's wanted a baby for since she was with George O'Malley. I know she'd wanted a baby back then. So this is kind of like a blessing in disguise. I think it sort of happened by accident. And sometimes those are the best gifts in life, when things come along by accident and you didn't see it coming, you didn't prepare, you didn't, again, out of our control. And, you know, I mean, obviously it's complicated because there's this whole breakup and trying to get back together, and now it's Mark's baby, and oh my God, what's going to happen? So I think it's interesting for several reasons, and the most interesting for me is the whole idea of family. You know, how we define the word family. What does that mean? Do we have to be blood related? No. And less these days. People are adopted. You know, people have like two fathers, two mothers. Sometimes they're not even blood related to the people that are raising them, and it does take a village. So I just think this speaks to a lot of modern day families, which, you know, sometimes it's complicated. Blended families are complicated, and it can cause a lot of drama, but it's also an opportunity to grow beyond what you thought you wanted and could handle. So I think Arizona and Callie have some big hurdles to get over. And if Arizona's going to be in Callie's life, she's going to have to deal with Mark Sloan in the picture, and that's obviously going to provide